Good morning and welcome to Morning Movie News. We're going into the weekend, which is the perfect time for you to make that Big Hero 6 video. I've gotten a lot of great responses so far as to why some of you, BTT community, are excited about Big Hero 6 or why you're not excited about it. And you can participate too. Just send in your video, keep it around 30 seconds about why you're excited or not excited about the film. You just have to upload it to YouTube, make sure it's unlisted, and send me that unlisted link to grace@gracerandolph.com. And again, you have till the end of day, this coming Monday, September 15th. Now, while everybody's excited about Big Hero 6, it really is developing quite a lot of momentum. And I think partially because it's coming after Frozen, but also because it's the first Marvel Disney animated film. Well, not with Marvel's participation, but based on a Marvel property and with superheroes. I think a lot of people are also very excited about The Magnificent Seven. And that's because Antoine Fuqua has confirmed that he's going to be handling that remake. Now, he had quite a few projects to choose from because of the strong buzz coming off of the Equalizer, and one of those projects was actually the sequel to the Equalizer, which has already been greenlit. And maybe Antoine Fuqua will still make that movie because there's no timetable on this Magnificent Seven remake. Now, everyone's saying they're very excited for Antoine Fuqua to direct a Western, but I would counter that this is a remake of a remake. Let's not forget that the Magnificent Seven started out as the Seven Samurai. So you went from samurai to cowboys to, I think it would be nice to go to something new, maybe the military, maybe law enforcement, which of course are Antoine Fuqua's strong points, his sandbox, where he has quite a bit of experience. And I think, to me, makes more sense. That's why he got the gig. He also got the gig because of who he's bringing along, his buddy Denzel Washington. This will be their third team-up after Training Day, The Equalizer, and now this. And I think it's not a bad position for this Magnificent Seven remake to be in as part of that trilogy. All very good movies, and as I said again, The Equalizer has a lot of heat. That said, though, I think it's important to also remember that when he's not working with Denzel, Antoine Fuqua has made some turkeys. So while I don't think he is a definite home run, I'm not going to just sit back, and I don't think any of us should, and go, the Magnificent Seven remake is in good hands. I'm not worried about it. Now, I don't think there's any reason for any doomsday predictions either. It'll just be interesting to see how it turns out, because Fuqua, not a sure bet. But maybe he is when he's working with Denzel. So I'm curious to what you guys think of Antoine Fuqua. Do you think he made the right decision to make this his follow-up? I think it definitely puts him back in the big leagues, a place I think he would like to return to after Training Day, and away from the kind of B-level pictures he's come to make currently in his career. Because The Magnificent Seven is such a respected film and piece of film history that to be related to it and involved in that project and heading it up, as is the case here, is a really nice line on your resume. So that'll be very interesting. And also, do you want to see it updated? Do you want just a straight Western remake, or do you want to see it brought into the current day? In today's current environment and society and culture, just like the remake of Seven Samurai, brought it into the Western genre. All right, so that's the first story of the day. The second story of the day is that Theo James has gotten the lead role in the upcoming Underworld 5. Very interesting development because of not just that this is a pretty big deal for Theo James, but how he got the gig. And now, also, let me ask you this. Is Theo James as pretty as Kate Beckinsale? I think it's very interesting to switch the gender of the lead role for this franchise. I think Kate Beckinsale was a big part, and perhaps largely the whole reason the first four films were so successful. She's very good in the role, and she's very good at being an action heroine. Even as I've said recently, when she was in the Total Recall remake, she was one of the few good things in the movie. She can, and also she's very slight in her stature, but she's still convincing. You still believe that she can kick butt. Theo James, can Theo James convincingly kick butt? We'll have to see. He's an interesting choice. So you might be saying to yourself, why pick Theo James? Divergent, solid success, but not a huge success. It had an $85 million budget, and it made about, I wrote it down here, $274 million worldwide. That's nothing, nothing to cough at, or I forget the phrase. Nothing to be ashamed of, I guess you could say. but it's not anything to write home about really either. And I think a lot of that attention went to Shailene Woodley. I don't think Theo James was quite the draw that maybe the studio had hoped. You know, he's no Robert Pattinson in the Twilight films. He's not that kind of draw. Maybe he's more like Josh Hutcherson in the Hunger Games, where, you know, he's serviceable in the role, but I don't know how many people are like, wow, thank goodness this actor's in the film. That's totally why I'm going. Although, with all due respect to Josh Hutcherson, and to be fair, I am coming to like his character quite a bit as the films progress over in the Hunger Games. So Divergent. This is really going to help Theo James's career and also maybe help him in the Divergent series. I'm sure that the producers, they're filming the second one, Allegiant, right now, and then there's a third book which is going to be split into 2 movies, and they haven't made that yet. And if Underworld 5 does well, perhaps it might be like, let's give Theo James a little more to do. And hey, also, if he can get some fight training on someone else's dime, even better. And then they can just utilize that over in the Divergent films. Now, the other reason he got this gig, as I'm sure some of you have already written in the comments down below, is because he was in Underworld 4. He was there starring alongside Kate Beckinsale. And the reason that's interesting is not only does it allow an organic transition to this 5th film, and I guess Kate Beckinsale isn't interested in returning, but they got him on the cheap as a result, because he already had an option to return for a 5th film. So his price doesn't have, I mean, I'm sure actually that he would get a larger salary because the role is bigger, but they're not going to get price gouged because he's in the Divergent franchise. They get the star of this big tween supposed sensation for a pretty good price. So that's really smart on the business side of things as well for the Underworld franchise. Now, also, this doesn't mean there will be no female characters in the film. Word is there are 2 female characters who will fight alongside or against Theo James's character. And I think it will be interesting to get a really prominent female Lycan in the mix. Those are, of course, the werewolves. It's vampires versus werewolves. That's the whole setup. But they have a pretty good job with world building in the Underworld films, which is why I think they've managed to do pretty well and stick around. They're kind of like, I think, just a little bit better in terms of quality than, say, the Resident Evil films, which follow a similar a similar formula of, kick-ass, hot actress in the lead, and then, but who knows her stuff and is a competent action heroine, as is Mila Jovovich, and then good world building, as I said, and, a lot of exploration. Someone's very early driving around here in New York City. So anyway, that they're going to have 2 female characters, and I think bringing a female werewolf into the mix, a Lycan, would be also a nice change of pace, especially if you're going to focus now on a male vampire. It would be kind of like Wolfsbane, a very popular character from the New Mutants reign and the X-Men comics, and who definitely has her fans. And I think while some studio suit might be like, do people really want to see some hairy chick? I'd be like, no. It's cool. Trust me, it can be done well. Go look at some Wolfsbane comics. So I'm curious to what you think. Have you lost all interest in Underworld 5 now that it stars Theo James instead of Kate Beckinsale? Or are you even more interested? And would you like to see a female Lycan? Write your thoughts down below. And now for the third story, it focuses on Katie Holmes, who has really made an interesting career move. We talked about Reese Witherspoon just the other day, and her being a little bit stuck in a rut. But Katie Holmes is kind of thinking outside the box. I mean, Reese Witherspoon, with all due respect, is producing, and I think that's very commendable. And Katie Holmes is going to try her hand at directing. It was announced yesterday that she's going to direct her first film. It's called, let's see here, All We Had. It's an adaptation of a novel about a mother and daughter living on the edge of poverty who find themselves, uplifted by all these quirky characters in small town America. So, I think it's going to try and, appeal to that, like, award circuit who likes to see the struggle of the mother and the daughter, but then also try and hit home with, middle American audiences, highlighting how wonderful and supportive their communities can be. I also think, to be honest, that it's going to play off of all the tabloid coverage of Katie Holmes' separation from Tom Cruise. I think they really, as the way that narrative progressed in the tabloids, it was her and Surrey against Cruise and Scientology. They escaped in the middle of the night. They're hiding. They have bodyguards, etc., etc. Although, I think Tom Cruise seems like a really wonderful father. Although, of course, you hear horrible things about how Scientology treats children. It's actually pretty scary. But anyway, I think that that's a big part of her persona at this point, and they're hoping to capitalize on that. Now, she has very good support here. Jane Rosenthal, who is Robert De Niro's producing partner, will produce here. I don't think De Niro's involved at all, but Jane Rosenthal obviously has a lot of experience. Then also Josh Boone, who was the director on The Fault in Our Stars, is writing the script. He doesn't have a lot of experience in either category, writing or directing. Obviously, The Fault in Our Stars, very solid hit. I wouldn't say huge hit because it dropped so much as the weeks progressed, but still, it was a splash. And he did a good job directing it. And he's also written before, but for himself. So it'll be interesting to see him write here just for, the sake of writing and handing the directorial reins over to someone else. But this is where it gets interesting and perhaps a little questionable. And that's that Katie Holmes is going to star herself. I think that's a mistake. On the one hand, first off, she's a very bad box office persona at this point. I would say box office poison. She's unable to bring in audiences. They simply aren't interested in seeing her. So I really wish that she had the strength of character to make the leap into just going behind the camera. It doesn't mean she can't come back. I would say she should think really about how Ben Affleck rehabilitated his career. He also was labeled box office poison, accurately so. But he went fully behind the camera for Gone Baby Gone. His brother starred, Casey Affleck. Very well-received film, rightly so, and it really started his path to redemption. And then he went back in front of the camera with The Town. So I think that that's definitely something Katie Holmes should have considered. Let her just go behind the camera, get some good reviews, get a great performance, and make sure she had an actress in that lead role that would make sure people saw the movie. I think with this setup, there's a good chance a lot of people are just going to pass on it because even though she's directing, and no matter how good a job she might do as a director, it's still a movie that stars Katie Holmes. So I think this is a misstep. It's halfway to a good idea. But I'm curious to how you guys feel. Would you see this movie because you're interested in how Katie Holmes does as a director? And would you be more likely to see it if she wasn't starring? Would you think maybe she was taking it a little more seriously? Because to me, this just says Katie Holmes is like, why aren't I more successful as an actress? It must be because I'm not getting good movies. I'm going to take care of this myself. That's really what it seems like. She's not that into directing. It's more or less, again, a means to an end in trying to advance her acting career. You can maybe say Ben Affleck really is still as insistent on being an actor, but no one can deny he's really gained a lot of respect as a director and takes that job very seriously as well. And could potentially be the one who saves Batman v Superman with all the influence he's had on this script. All right, so that's today's top 3 stories. As for the viewer question, this isn't a specific question, but I got a number of people asking me what I thought of the news that dropped that The Legend of Korra Book 4 Balance is beginning so soon, October 3rd, and it will be streaming on Nick.com and the Nick app. Well, I think the most interesting thing is that they for once made an official announcement on when this is starting. It's not some rumor that was passed around and everyone's like, oh, hey, I hear it starts now. This was an actual legitimate ad from Nickelodeon that aired on their website, and it looked very last minute, very thrown together. Now, some people are a little nervous, and I think that's understandable. And my first reaction was, oh my God, they're just trying to flush this thing down the toilet, get these episodes up as fast as possible, and just distance themselves from the whole thing. But I don't think that's the case. If that were the case, why make this big official announcement when they've never done that before? I would say that this seems more to me that it's a hit online, that people are actually watching it, and Nickelodeon finally sees some potential. So I think that they only got people into the habit of watching it online in the back end of Book 3, so I think now they're like, okay, people are excited, they're coming to our website, it's driving up traffic, we want them to come, we're excited, this is finally working for us, let's tell them to come back right away on October 3rd. So I think this is a very exciting development. Also, the creators seemed pretty happy in the announcement. They weren't like on a death march there. I mean, I think that this might be the shot in the arm and to re-energize this product that so many of us enjoy. So very exciting news. Very exciting indeed. So make sure when Book 4 does debut on October 3rd that you watch it on Nick or Nick.com. Or, for instance, it's not working on my device. What I ended up doing was going over to Amazon and just purchasing the HD version for $2 an episode. Definitely worth the price. And if we just keep doing this, it's like, it's working, guys. It's working. If we just keep doing this, we might have some very good, more Korra news soon. All right, so that's today's morning movie news. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to do those Big Hero 6 videos this weekend if you want to participate. You've got the whole weekend just to film about 30 seconds. You can just do it right on your phone, or you can do it right here on your photo booth on your computer. Just upload it to YouTube unlisted and send it over to me at grace@gracerandolph.com. All right, thanks so much for watching, and check out some more episodes right now.